Here is the tutorial for the other bag. Make your own clutch bag with Macrè. This tutorial is designed for beginners. Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I am Martina and this is Macrè bag. As you can see, we have our clutch bag here, super trendy and very popular right now during these summer months. It is a small purse with compact dimensions. In fact, to make it, we used a 19 centimeter spring closure and just over 200 grams of Lycra ribbon yarn. You will find the lovely spring and the beautiful various colors of yarn on our shop, macrebag.it. But before starting the video, please remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell so you don't miss future videos, and follow me on social media. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok as maker.bag. Let's start the video, but I'll point out that you will specifically need a click-clack or spring closure like this one. This one has a width of 19 centimeters and you'll find it on our shop, but you can also find closures with a larger width. And we used, as I said, 200 grams, approximately 250 grams of Lycra ribbon yarn, and you'll find that on our shop in various colors too. So please visit macrebag.it whether you want to buy the material to make this bag or even if you just want to take a look, because you'll find many other high quality yarns, all made in Italy. So let's get started with the actual tutorial. Enjoy the video and please follow all the instructions you'll find throughout the video, and to find the measurements and many other details, go and read the description down below. Let's start by making a slip knot. And make 12 more chain stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and I'll keep going. There will be 13 in total if we also count the slip knot. Now skip the first chain, this one, and go into the next one. So I insert the hook and yarn over and pull it through. I have these 2 loops, yarn over again and pull through. And I've made the first single crochet, again insert, yarn over and pull through. I have 2 loops, yarn over again and pull through. I'll continue until I reach the end of the chain. And there we go, we finished the first row of single crochets. Now I've reached the last chain, which is the initial slip knot. So I need to insert the hook into it 5 times. So I'll make the first single crochet. So that's 1. I go back in and make the second one, third. These are increases or cresciuti, whatever you prefer to call them. And the fourth and the last one, the 5th. Now you see the hole has opened up quite a bit. Just pull the shorter tail and there we go. So we've turned it around like this, and now we're working on the other side. In this case, we made 5 single crochets in the same stitch to widen the base as much as possible. Usually we do 3, but this way we'll have fewer rounds to do later on. So now I'll start again, just go into the next stitch and make a single crochet. I'm carrying this shorter tail along, you see. I'll lay it on top to secure it so I don't have to weave it in later to finish the piece. I'll carry it along for about 3 or 4 stitches, just to make sure it's secure, and then I can cut off the excess yarn. We'll keep going with single crochet stitches, one after another, until we reach the other end, where we'll place a stitch marker to clearly show you the starting point of the work. Here we are at the other end. We're at the last stitch. In this case, I only need to make 4 single crochets instead of 5, because the first one was already done at the start of the round. So you see, I've placed the stitch marker here to clearly mark the start, and now I'll insert the hook right here into the last chain, or the very first one, whichever you prefer. And as always, I'll make my simple single crochets just as before. I'm doing 4 in total, 1, 2, 3, and finally the last one, 4. There we go. And we finished the first round. Now to move forward, I'll go into the first chain stitch. The worked part like this, yarn over and pull through. I form these 2 loops and close them together. So I'm making a slip stitch. I finished the first round, and there we have it. We've just finished the very first round in. Now let's take a moment and move on. Let's make a chain to gradually bring the work up step by step. And I'll go back into the stitch where I made the slip stitch. So I'm making a single crochet, and I'll make a second one too. We did this because the first increase of the round was made. Now I'll continue making simple single crochets for each single crochet of the previous round until I make my way to the other end, where there are the 5 increases along the path. So we've reached the other end where we had the 5 increases or additions, whatever you prefer to call them. Now I'll have to do 2 stitches, so 1 increase per stitch inside all 5. So 2, 2, and 2 for a total of 10. Let's start. I'll go in with the hook into the first stitch, and I'll make a first single crochet. 1 again, and I'll make the second. Moving on to the next stitch. And I've made 2. This is the second. Again, and so as I said earlier, you will need to make a total of 10 stitches for this corner. After that, we simply move forward, continuing along the edge. We are making single crochets, one after another, just as before. Take your time and make sure each stitch is even and consistent as you go, until we reach the increases at the other end. And in that case too, we'll have to make increases again. We'll continue and then show you how to do it. And here I am at the other 4 increases. And here I must always do 2 per stitch. 2 single crochets for each single crochet of the previous round to reach a total of 8. Because we had already made the 2 in the first stitch. Also considering the chain that we needed just to bring the work up. Let's start. I'll go into the stitch. And I'll make a first single crochet. 1. A second one, moving to the next. 1 and 2, let us say. The third. And the last one. I have 2 more stitches here, and then simply to move forward, I go back into the initial chain, pull up the yarn now and close with a slip stitch. And there we have finished. The second round as well. You can see the base is starting to take shape. Now let's start the third round, and I'll make a first chain to raise the work. And I'll start making single crochet stitches in each stitch from the previous round. So I always enter the stitch where I made the slip stitch in this case, and I make a single crochet. I go into the next one and make a single crochet. I'll continue like this, going all the way around until I reach the end. In total, if you followed our steps, there should be 40 single crochets, so count them to make sure there weren't any mistakes. After this round, we'll start working in a spiral, so we won't have to raise the work anymore. It'll be continuous. And we'll show you how to do that in a very simple way. Let's finish this round and then we'll move on. I've now reached the last stitch of the round. To start working in a spiral and thus stop making chains to move up, you skip this first stitch, which would be the initial chain we worked, and we enter the first single crochet. So I go in here and simply make a single crochet. You'll see the initial little hole slightly, but as we go on, it won't be noticeable anymore. So I'll continue and we'll start making rounds of simple single crochets, moving forward without ever needing to raise with chains or slip stitches. I'm simply making more rounds. We'll keep going with this process, and a bit later we'll tell you exactly how many rounds you need to make, and we'll also show you how to add the spring closure. And here we are, we've completed the body of the bag. We've done 12 rounds in total, so the 3 we did at the start plus another 9, all with our simple single crochet. Now we've reached the corner down here, which corresponds to the starting point where we have the stitch marker. We've reached this point right here, and now to close it up, we'll make a slip stitch. So just like this, and I close it in this way. I pull the yarn through and then cut it. Now to close it, I've changed my crochet hook. I've taken one that's a little bit smaller and I'm going into this stitch, skipping one stitch, so this one. I go into the 2 loops in this way. I take the yarn, I load it and I pull it out like so. Then I go back into the starting loop, taking only one, only the outermost one. I load the yarn and I pull it through again. So like this, and I pull everything through. See, this way we've made an invisible closure that isn't noticeable. Now we'll turn this bag inside out, and we're going to make some small knots on the inside to secure the yarn. We'll make about 10 of them to be sure that this is very firm. Once finished, we can then cut the excess yarn and we'll move forward with the work. All right, you see, the bag is now fully closed. Now we are going to move on to the next step, which is adding the kiss lock closure. We will show you exactly how to wrap it in this way using our Lycra ribbon. The reason for doing it like this is so that the steel part will not be visible at all. So then I begin from this side and I carefully position the yarn in this particular way, right at the very edge of our closure. Slowly, I start to turn the open yarn, or rather the open ribbon in this way, making sure to keep it neat as I go. I go round and round and I try to stay as tight as possible, so I pull the yarn very well, making sure it is really snug, and I carefully fold it all so that it opens well and the steel is not noticeable, as I already told you. So let's move forward with this first part. I'll go round and round, carefully wrapping until I reach the other end, and then we'll show how to close it. It's a very simple method that just uses a single drop of super glue. Now I've reached the end. Here I do 2 full turns, 1 and then 2, and I fix a little piece in place with the super glue. We put, you see, just a tiny little bit of super glue right here, and being careful not to get any on my hands, I gently secure it in place. Now we wait for it to dry completely, then I carefully cut away the excess yarn, and after that we can continue on with the next step. Here at the edge of the bag, as you can see, we've added these stitch markers. We've folded the bag exactly in half, just like this. And let's show you, we've placed 2 here, leaving the side stitch, so both here and on the other side, because we'll need to add the kiss lock and it must be free here at this point and at this other point to allow it to fold. Then this bag model will have a sort of handle exactly in this central part. So we've left this part free and this part free because we won't be stitching either here or here. And we've left. So 6 stitches here and 6 on the other side. 6 on this side and 6 on that side. So do this count and then see how much to leave free without stitching in this central part. Now let's start and show you how to do it. We'll make small knots at the 2 ends so we'll be able to work better. I've made a bow on one side and a bow on the other to be able to fix our kiss lock closure. See, I'm also making another little bow here on one side and also on the other. This way you'll help yourself and your work will definitely be easier and more precise. So let's start making our stitching to fix the kiss lock closure. I'll have to start from one of these 2 points where we have the stitch marker, in this case the pink one, and skip the central stitch so you see this stitch that corresponds to the fold, leave it free. I insert the crochet hook here where we have the stitch marker and bring it up. See, I also take our kiss lock closure. Now I take the yarn, wrap it around the hook and pull it through. I formed this little loop. See, I pull it up. This way I go over the closure, take the longer yarn, wrap it around the hook and pull it through to close it. And here I've made the first closure. Now I'll continue. I'll keep making these elongated single crochet stitches in the next stitch. So I insert, go up and also bring, see the shorter yarn, this will also help me to close. I do it this way and pull up. I have these 2 loops on my hook. Now I yarn over again and close the stitch. Again, I insert my hook into the next stitch, yarn over and elongate the loop. Once more, I yarn over and close the stitch. This process is repeated as I continue along the row, always making sure to insert, yarn over, elongate, and then close each stitch carefully. I'll continue making a single elongated single crochet for each stitch, and I'll go on like this until I reach the other one. Stitch markers on this side. In all, there are a total of 6 stitches. Then we'll move on to another task. Now we've reached the stitch marker, we've done our 6 elongated single crochets. And now I'll have to make my little handle. So in this case, I'm going to remove the knot. And I have to leave space between the kiss lock closure and the body of the bag so I can put my hand in and hold it. So I take the crochet hook and start making only single crochets without taking the base stitches, but only the closure, kiss lock. So as you can see, I pass through here, yarn over and gently pull it out, always making sure to elongate the stitch. Now I have these 2 loops on my hook. I yarn over again and close the stitch. Then I yarn over and pull through and close it once more, but this time I do it more slowly. I go under, you see, I take the yarn, pull it out, I have these 2 loops, yarn over from back to front and close. I make a total of 12 single crochets until I reach the other yellow stitch marker. In this case, we'll then redo the elongated single crochets, also taking the body of the bag. Now we've made them all. I go back in again, you see, into the yellow stitch marker here, and we start making the same elongated single crochets we did before. This will serve to secure the closure to the bag. And here too, we make an elongated stitch for each stitch. Then these markers will be removed anyway, and we have to make in all 6 until we reach this other stitch marker, and then we'll have to cut the excess yarn and finish the work. We'll then move on to making the other part as well, where the method will be exactly the same. See, the last stitch is done now. I pull the yarn a bit, about 10 to 15 centimeters, and I'm going to cut it. Let's cut the yarn, remove the excess, turn the bag over. And we're going to make some small knots to secure it inside the bag. Let's try to make as many as possible to be sure that the yarn doesn't come undone later. And here it is, the outer bag is ready. If you followed all the instructions we've given you in the video, the result will be exactly this: a small sized bag, a super trendy clutch bag. And as I mentioned before, please visit macrabag.it and all our social channels to purchase the materials and much more. So thank you, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.